Hey everyone, and welcome back to the new Byte video, because it is Wednesday, my dudes. Today we've seen so many things and so many games that we want to talk about, but actually we ran out of time at the convention. That's why we're here in my studio, and instead of doing a podcast today, we just do lots of videos about the Gamescom stuff that we've seen. So the first thing that we want to talk about is Liftoff. Yes. What is Liftoff?
Right, so from what I understood as I came a little bit late, Liftoff is a simulation game for drone racing. And if you don't know what drone racing is, I highly recommend looking it up on YouTube or just Google, because drone racing, it's high octane, super fast. These guys, they have a webcam in the front of the drone, they strap a headset on, and they just fly, and they're incredible. Some of the tracks, I know I watched one in particular that was inside of an old warehouse, and they'd set up lights as the barriers that you had to fly through. And my goodness, it's just so much coming at you at once. It's just really hard to it was hard for me to concentrate on what was going on. But so the simulation, it's as true to life as possible. These guys are trying to make it as realistic as possible, and it really does a fantastic job.
Right, so what the game actually consists of, just to summarize it quickly, there's a racing part, there's online multiplayer racing, and there's also building parts. You can build your own levels with different goals, for example, that your drone has to fly through, and you can also do like free flights, so you can just try it out and especially learn it very first, because we got a special controller in our hands, which is not like a regular one where the sticks are just always centered. It was actually like an actual drone flight controller. Very neat in the hand, and the sticks actually are always sticking to one position, because the left version is always increasing or decreasing the fan blades. So of course, if you have it higher, it always goes up faster, and then on the right side you always have to just tilt it and pan it around to see where it's going actually. And all of us did, I think, quite a good job playing it. The devs were actually quite highly happy with us. They thought, hey, oh, you're doing quite well, because we just flew forward, just flip the drone around all the time, because the controls, as I perceived it, were like really tight. They reacted to everything super hard, and I was like asking, maybe you could just soften it up a little bit for newcomers. But they were like, yeah, we don't want to mess with this. So it's quite fun. Emily, what did you think about it?
I thought it was actually quite relaxing. Just flying around, it was actually quite nice to do. Kind of felt like a bird just flying around, but it's totally it's just really cool.
Yeah. I think one of the hardest parts was after you take off, using the throttle. The stick didn't just control the throttle; it also, if you tilted it left or right, it would turn the drone left or right on its x-axis. So you really had to think, okay, so I'm flying up, I'm pitched forward a little bit, and then I want to turn on my x-axis, which you end up going, and then falling straight over, because it was just, all the controls are so twitchy. But yeah, they were saying that a lot of pilots who do the drone racing professionally, they use this to train, and there's some guys who have put several hundred hours and even 1,000 hours into it, and yeah, it's incredible. It's so much fun to, if you're not able to get access to the kit itself, you can just pick this up and be able to experience what they do.
Because we got also told, like, drone racing as a hobby is not that expensive, but especially the energy use of these drones is quite high. So the battery packs, how many you put on them, they of course increase the weight and make them harder to use, but they also can't fly as much. So the limit is like around 5 minutes. So if they charge batteries, the actual pilots out there, we've been told that the people also use the simulation, which has, if I remember correctly, around 80,000 players already, because the Steam's already out in Steam Early Access, and they plan to launch it at the start of September. I'll put the line in here somewhere where it's the actual release date. And I was quite encouraged to say, like, okay, this is difficult, but this is fun, this is different. It's not just a racing game, because you're like a super fast pilot. And I actually tried to do a race, like a proper one, try to go through all the goals. I managed to hit 7, but it took me like 3 minutes. And all the bots that were flying around, like, okay, I'll just go here, I'll just do like a looping, and there we go, and such, just like, oh my god, what am I doing? I just want to go through one goal, so I just flew up high, went down low, and this tried to hit it, and then I missed it very closely. It was really messed up with just a very small twitchy mode, like goddammit. So yeah, that was a Liftoff. We went there actually for like 40 minutes because that's that time we enjoyed it quite, and it was really fun to see. So if you are interested in that, the game costs currently around 20 euros in Steam Early Access, so it's not much. And it's really interesting. It's something for itself. I can't really describe it with something else. Like I was trying to explain like a racing game, like with car racing, but it doesn't have like the additional movements of a plane, really.
No, yeah, it's such a unique game and unique experience that you can't really compare it to anything else at the moment. So
any flight sims are usually just like take off, fly around a little bit, and then go down again. And drones are just like super fast.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Would you try it if you got it, game?
Yeah, if I was able to put a few more hours into it, maybe even buy the special controller that they had, because they were saying that the controllers that they use are specialized in that they have slightly longer sticks, and the throttle one doesn't have a centralized it's not centralized, so they were able to use something called like a pinching method, where you're able to like do small maneuvers without worrying about just the thumb, so you're able to just pinch it slightly.
What we did also, at least I and you also later, we just put it down, actually used it like as if we were controlling it with like large sticks, because it felt more natural, because to us, at least to me, it felt like inverted, but they said like every pilot says this is the way to control them, and it makes sense. It just feels weird to me. What's weird to you?
It wasn't weird to me because I'm a PC gamer and I don't really.
You don't do it at all, right?
I don't. I don't play any consoles.
You pull the mouse forever until you get somewhere.
So I think I got the hang of it quite easily. With a little few more like hours practice, I probably could have got it. I did really enjoy it.
Awesome.
Well, if you guys don't have anything to add yet, except, as I said before, there's like different race things. There's like a free flight, and of course you can build your own levels. On top of that, there's also like actual engineering of the drones. You can mix them together with different sets, battery packs, and frames and everything. There's around 1 million possible options for them. Customizations, of course, but I also have like pre-built drones that you can just pick from if you just want to fly around a little bit. And it's maybe like a little party gag, even if you want to say like, hey, you want to try this one? It's like super easy, and they just can't get the drone to do anything really, because it's like very difficult still. They plan to release it very soon, and they have a tutorial also, but they also told us like after the launch they want to even put more effort into the tutorial. They want to hire an actual good pilot which also records videos and actual training sessions, so that you can actually replay them and see how a drone should react, and gain from their experience as well. So don't be afraid and put off because we say it's so difficult. They make it feel like really intuitive, and how they want to bring together the actual drone flying and how a game is being played. And I find it quite fascinating, and I absolutely want to support that. So I'm also looking forward for the re-release and trying to get my hands on it as well. Alright, well, that's it again for today. Thank you so much for watching. We are the New Byte. Dan, Emily, and myself house this. Follow us if you want to in our ads, which are on the screen right now. And of course, follow us also at the New Byte everywhere, especially on our Instagram, where we put out more videos right now when we're at the Gamescom itself. So, see you later then. Bye.